What up, everybody? It's your girl July from Kickback Couture. Today, I'm gonna show you how to do tricks with your 808s, like stutters, like maybe Pyrex Whipper or 808 Mafia, or slides, like, UK drill. And I'll also show you how to do reverse 808s, like Roddy Ricch, for example. Alright, let's get straight into it. Alright, so let's get straight into it. As usual, I'm going to mute the kick drum so it's not too loud and it doesn't bother us. Okay, here I have a grain already set up, and what I'm going to do is just reset the device and walk through it really quick. If you want me to go through it slowly, then watch the video up in the cards. I'll show you everything you need to do step by step, slow motion, so that you can see. Alright, put it on tape. Gonna grab the 808. Make sure I got the entire thing selected, and I'm gonna put it on retrig, and now it sounds like this. Gonna bring the level up here and here. Attack all the way down, release all the way up. Alright, cool. And then we'll turn Porter on so that we can slide it later. And legato. Alright, cool. Let's get into it. Now, honestly, I want to follow the same pattern for the most part of the keys right here. So I'm going to bring those down by holding down Alt. Now, you won't always follow your melody with the 808. It probably won't always sound good. But in this case, the melody isn't doing too much, so it's pretty much perfect. So I'm going to make sure this is in the right key, or the right octave. It's really low, so it sounded like a growl, stomach growl or something like that. So I selected all of them with Command A or Control A on the Windows, and I'm going to hit Command Shift and the up key to move it up an octave, and on the Windows, Control Shift and up. Right, so now we're gonna add some more notes to this, spice it up a little bit. It is in C minor, as I said before. Maybe we go up an octave here. Alright, let's move this over. And then we add another octave thing here. And here, let's do a little roll. So I'm gonna change the grid to 1/3. And let's bring this up like an octave and see what it sounds like. I like that. Let's do another roll here. But let's take it out of triplets. We're just changing the grid, to get different timing. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll zoom in. Let's see what it sounds like first. Alright, cool. So for this one, I'm going to take this one specifically, but you could take any 808 out of the roll if you decide to do this. We're just going to add a faster roll. Alright, zooming out. Let's listen to what we have so far with the rolls. I'll just hit Z to zoom out. Now, to be honest, I think this part right here is too much. I like keeping it sparse, especially since the melody is sparse. We don't want the 808 to do too much. So don't let your 808 do too much. So let's take this out and see what it sounds like. Alright, cool. So that will be our pattern, and let's get some slides going here. Now we could actually extend these out. That'll be cool, and have it slide up to the note instead of kind of bouncing. Alright, cool. So for this part, gonna put snap on, make sure it's on. Let's drag that out, and we'll drag this one in and drag that out. So this one kind of bends up and then back down because the note is extended, and this one will bend up, but it won't bend back down because the notes aren't overlapping with anything. Alright, cool. So let's start this like that so that it slides. There we go. Alright, cool. So I just showed you how to stutter, roll, and slide. Now let's go over how you can reverse the 808 like Roddy Ricch or anything like that. You're gonna grab your sample, drag it in to the sequencer, drop it anywhere. As long as you see that plus sign, you're good. Now what I'm gonna do is reverse the 808. Just right click it and come down to reverse. Now I'm going to move it to the beginning around where my intro is, so it could be like a rise effect. If you would like to use it anywhere besides in the intro, you definitely can. You would just need to make sure that the signal doesn't overlap or it would be muddy. Let's zoom into this and make sure that it's not too late, it's not overlapping or anything like that. And honestly, we probably won't even keep the entire duration of the 808. So let's turn it down a little bit and hear it going into the verse. Cool. So what I would do is shave some of this off so we don't hear that transient of the beginning of the 808, and I will also shorten it. We could turn snap back on to do that with S. Put it on grid mode, and let's listen. Cool. So there's just a pop at the beginning and a pop at the end, so we'll just add slight fades to the beginning and end. And if you would like it to be, louder over time, then just bring it out. And if you want to move it forward, you can continue to move it forward until you're happy with the placement. Just make sure, as I said, it doesn't overlap. Now for this one, I'll probably bring it back one more. There you go. Now, if you're not using an 808 sample and you want to do the reverse, then you're going to have to bounce it out. So, for example, this is my 808 pattern right here. I'm going to select this and hit Alt real quick, and we'll drag this up. Select all of the notes except for the first one and delete them. And let's just bounce this out. Bounce in place. Right click, bounce in place. Alright, and now we have an audio clip of the 808. So you do it that way. If it comes from a synth or anything like that, that doesn't let you just reverse it. Alright, I'm going to undo everything I did. Another way that you can reverse your samples is within the sampler itself. So if you're using Grain or the NNXT or anything like that, you can open up the sample window with the pen tool and hit this reverse button right here. And then you just hit save. Now, if you do that, it's going to do that to your entire pattern. So I would make a copy of this 808 like so, and keep my original not reversed. And if it pops up with this box, just say change in 808 and not in all, or it will affect everything. And now you see this one is going the right direction and this one is backwards. All right, it's all Couture, Kickback, and Cookup.